Well, I faced a lot of diamond bases today, so I thought I'd make a video specifically catered to taking down different diamond bases with super bowlers. And yeah, that's about it. So you can see the army link will be available in the description for you guys. And here's what I have on my heroes in terms of their pets as well as their equipments. Just one small change: the haste gem is what I'm using on my royal champion instead of the seeking shield now. I feel they're more or less the same. It's just a matter of preference, but if you have a high level haste gem, feel free to experiment with it as well yourself. So that's about it. Let's just get into some attacks. Alright, first base over here, and it's a well spread diamond base. We can very easily see that the rage tower is covering a good chunk of defenses, while the town hall itself is not very isolated, so as to say. It's got 4 X-bows and the multi-archer towers with, of course, the poison tower and the multi-inferno protecting it as well. Now that being said, usually I will try to use the flame flinger on diamond bases, diamond style bases, one way or the other, and I'm trying to help you guys learn the ways that I think about it as well. So for diamond bases, usually you try to go through most of the damage while also finding a path to the town hall itself. And we can see that the damage is located mostly right over here, but we still need to make sure that our bowlers can survive, or at least enough force in terms of our heroes can survive to take down the town hall area itself. So what can we do to make our lives a bit easier on bases like these? For starters, I know that my bowlers need to begin over here, and it's not the best idea to probably come in right from over here without making a funnel on the edges like this. So instead, what we can do is we can approach along an edge, because what it does is it allows, for example, our king or our queen to come in from the very corner of the base to help funnel out the entire rest of the edge, and that sets a neat path into the base like this for our bowlers. So just keep that in mind, and let's just think about what we can do over here. Obviously, our warden walk is going to be an essential part of creating the funnel on bases like this, and we can probably start him right over here and just allow him to narrowly set the funnel by just grabbing this much of the base for us. It doesn't matter too much on this one that he's not going to be able to go all the way up into the scatter shot. We don't have to be greedy with it because most of the damage is in this line anyway, and we're going to take full advantage of that. So that being said, you'll also notice I can't really deposit my flame flinger right over here because the ground expos are going to get me. But what I can do is I can very sneakily have a flame flinger placed in the left corner over here to grab out this much of value for me. It is more than enough, and honestly, what more can I ask for? Even after the flame flinger bursts because of these ground expos locking on, what's going to happen is this poison tower is also going to throw onto my yetis that come out. So that's already a lot of value I can get from the flame flinger, and it's a lot less damage I have to worry about behind the town hall, considering that I'm going through a lot of damage over here, and the town hall poison itself will be causing me a lot of trouble, especially with all of those ground expos around. So you can see what I'm doing over here. I'm choosing to use my queen to funnel over here because I can see the damage is relatively light on the corner itself. And whenever that is an observation you can very quickly make, just use your queen. Like, there's not much brain you need to apply to it. Just use your queen to funnel and don't think about it at all. So now very quick over here, approaching from the edge also allows me to get a wall break over here, and just look at how clean this funnel is. Just because the queen is very easily clearing this corner out, these bowlers are going to very easily just quickly get rid of the entire core. Like that one rage spell managed to get through all of that damage, and I think by mistake, you'll probably notice I placed a jump spell over here instead of my poison spell, and I would have liked to use my jump spell right over here for my bowlers, but sadly now I have to just recover this. And this is where I can probably even provide some recovery tips for you guys, because it can get very scary. Like, look at how much is left on the town hall, and now our bowlers have no path into the town hall itself. So over here I can recommend that you purposely stop raging your core up. Just try to make sure that your bowlers die, especially when you're having your queen funnel on the outside, because there's no damage on her, so she is not going to die at all. She is going to remain protected because of her unicorn and her frozen arrow. So look at this, like now all the healers are going to come back to my queen eventually, and yeah, our royal champion also managed to quickly clear our bottom of this area as well. So what more could you ask for? Like, we have a queen healthy and alive with a frozen arrow, with all 5 healers as well. And yeah, you still have some resources because you chose not to rage up the core after the bowlers were not going to make use of the healers anymore. So you still have those resources as well to ensure that your heroes have the rages to finish the job. So very, very interesting way of handling the or diamond style base, even when things go wrong like that. So this is one example where I used the jump incorrectly. I'll take you guys through another example of a similar style of base where I lose my warden ability at the very start of the attack. Alright, I've already given you guys a hint that my warden is going to lose his ability pretty much at the very beginning of this attack. So just keeping that as a hint for you guys, as some sort of teaser for what's gonna happen. Let's think about what we can do on a base like this. I think the first thing you guys should probably notice is the fact that the town hall is more lightly populated this time compared to as it was last time. So there's no need for us to try to consider a flame flinger from behind the town hall to take out this area. It's not too much of value for us. I believe if whatever reaches the town hall compartment should be fine. We don't have to worry about it way too much, and that's about it. That's the gist of it. At the same time, once again, you can see the damage is mostly located around this ridge tower, but you can see these walls. They are so well located to make it difficult for smash style attacks. Like, there's open corners everywhere, and even these things, they're like just open, I don't know, like open corners once again right down the middle of the base. So our wall breakers are not going to be able to do anything on bases like these. They will only try to break these outermost walls that are out over here, but they're not going to help you for these inner walls at all. So you're going to have to make sure your funnel is very tight to ensure your bowlers keep sticking down this middle lane. And if that doesn't happen, then you're going to most probably one star, especially with this invis tower right over here. So now, once again, keeping all of this information in mind, what can we do on a base like this? We know that the funnel needs to be tight on the flanks like this. And we also can see that we don't need the flame flinger to go behind the town hall. So why don't we just start our warden in the spot that I was saying we need a tight funnel on, because that will just help one side for our bowlers. And we can probably even complete the left side of the funnel by using a flame flinger for the area I've marked out over here. Just like that, like just that much of area. That's more than enough for us. We get the ricochet cannon and the multi inferno down. So yeah, that's honestly a huge help. So all in all, our warden can take out this much of value, and our flame flinger can go ahead and remove that much. So it's like the entire left half of the base is pretty much carved out as well. And you can see what I'm doing over here. One Yeti, and I can just forget about the flame flinger. Like, that Yeti will keep tanking for the flame flinger for me. And yeah, for some reason I still lost track. I guess I'm used to my fireball attacks. So I'm used to the rage gem on the warden as well now, and I completely lost track of my warden. And you can see I've already lost my eternal tome right at the bottom over here. He doesn't have any active ability, and we're just gonna have to deal with it. We're gonna walk into that toxic rage tower, and there's nothing we can do about it. But that's fine. Like, we're still gonna be able to try our best on a base like this. And we're just going to make sure that we can clear some of these buildings out to ensure that the left half of the funnel is perfectly set. Now, once again, consider what you need to do for the right side of the funnel over here. As usual, we can use either our king or our queen on this one. And I just want you guys to notice the timing of what I'm about to do over here, because it is a method in which you can have your queen create the funnel despite of there being so much of damage in this area. So just pay some close attention to what is about to happen. I drop my king first, and then I drop my queen, but my queen is dropped slightly to the right of where I dropped my or where I dropped my king, and this saves my queen from a lot of damage that she would have received early on. And that allowed me to also delay that freeze up to this very last moment. Like, my queen is practically still full health right now, and now that X-bow is practically non-existent for my queen. My bowlers are going to take all of the damage, and those ice golems are freezing up perfectly well as well. So not much to worry about. Look at how well this funnel is set. Like, the warden has cleared all of this out, the queen has cleared all of this out, and the bowler bouncers themselves are also helping me with that damage. So everybody is going to go right down the middle over here. Perfectly fine. This is exactly what we wanted from our bowlers. And yeah. You'll also see I dropped the skeleton spell over here to just give my queen some time to reach the ricochet cannon and abuse her frozen arrow. And look at this. Despite of not having a warden ability, we've managed to go all the way up until the town hall compartment itself with our bowlers. And that's huge. Like, our bowlers have managed to trigger the Invis Tower, deal a lot of damage to that monolith as well, and we still have one more rage. And I can see over here my bowlers still have a lot of life to them. There's not much damage, it's just the town hall and maybe that ricochet can multi archer tower over here. And once again, another small trick I want to tell you guys: if you can get something, you have many smaller troops. Look at what I'm marking out over here. You have many smaller troops, okay, in this army. If you can just drop them over here to try to take some of the beams of the multi archer tower, it releases some of the strain on your primary troops over here. So now it's not like all three beams are going to that one super bowl over there. And yeah, we're just going to make it work from there. And we managed to make that one super bowler just stay alive, struggling for last bits of health. But like, you know what, it all works out in the end. Even if the town hall was left at like very very low health, my royal champion is like literally full health with ability. And I don't think anything would have stopped this at this point. So again, just some small recovery tips when you don't have your warden ability with you, because this can happen. This is a very real situation. Sometimes you lose track of your warden and you can lose his ability just like that. And despite of all things going wrong like that, keep calm. You'll notice I did not give him a rage spell until his eternal tome wore off, because I'm like, okay, he's already invincible anyway, why should I waste spells on him right now? And yeah, just that funnel, especially with the king and the queen over here. Small tricks like that can just make sure that your bowlers go exactly where you need them to be, and you can crack any base down just like that. So I hope you took all the smaller tips I did give in this specific replay, because they will help you a lot if things start to go wrong, and very helpful for beginners as well. So yeah, let's just move on to some other normal attacks now. Nothing goes wrong in them, they go all as expected. Alright, another diamond style base over here, but it's a little differently distributed. You can see the damage is well distributed in multiple layers, one being the town hall area itself. One is this line of infernos, and then of course we have like this eagle compartment itself. So there's three areas that we're going to have to kind of work our way through. And let's just try to take advantage of all the information that we've combined so far, collated so far, whatever, you can call it however you want. But yeah, so we need to somehow make our way through the damage that's there on this base. And in this case, you can see the damage is pretty well spread out. So all we need to really focus on is a path to the town hall, because that's all we need. Like, when the damage is spread out, the only thing you need is a path through most of the base, because there's no damage you need to really specifically focus on. And we just need to make sure that we reach the town hall at enough force to take it down. So the standard approach, as always, is to kind of have a warden walk going on in one of the corner areas. And we're going to do the same thing on this one. I noticed that these X-bows, right, they were set to air, and that means I can probably have a flame flinger to just very sneakily come in somewhere like this, and probably even go ahead and get rid of a ricochet cannon for me. And that's honestly enough. Like, I don't really need too much from the flame flinger on a base where it's like so spread out, and you can't even get too much on bases which are spread out like these. So we're just gonna have to take what it is that we can get. And yeah, like these corners are obviously free, so what you should also do is consider using your smaller troops to just quickly get rid of these corners like that. So you can see like how I'm doing over here. The small things like that, right, they help you so much on your own time. And you can see like it's very very simple, the setup. It is going to be very similar to what we usually do. And once again, queen coming down on the corner. You'll notice this is something I love doing on a lot of diamond on a lot of diamond style bases. And you'll also notice one more thing I did over here was I froze the X-bow and the ricochet cannon, because my warden, it was taking the damage, and freezing them makes sure that my warden gets time to reset his health in a way. And it also allows it to be such that the healers can go ahead and transfer onto my bowlers that are over here. So as the warden is healing up and my bowlers start to take damage, it just encourages my healers to switch over from my warden onto those bowlers, especially with that rage over there. So you can see that even though my warden is low health, just the fact that I've made sure that the warden is not the person taking the damage anymore allows my bowlers to start getting healed up over here. And You can see my king has also wandered off over here, but we only have our bowlers in the core now. But remember that I said that this was a base where it is like completely spread out damage, not much to worry about. So all in all, even though we have not much tanking in front of our bowlers over here, it is nothing that our bowlers cannot handle. And you can just see how very easily this is collapsing. I've made sure to place a jump like this because I noticed my queen will come back over here, and that just make sure that my queen and my bowlers can combine and easily get rid of this town hall compartment all by themselves. So once again, one way or the other, we managed to make them combine despite of my king walking out like that. And look at that, like the base is just immediately gone. Like there's no damage on the base. So even if things start splitting around a little bit, just the fact that you're able to push through the damage and your healers can do much more than any defense can do onto your troops, it's more than enough, right? Like there's nothing the base can do to stop you at this point. We used our warden ability at the perfect time when we were facing the triple single infernos, and there's nothing more that this base can really do to us. Like there's so much of swag resource on this, in terms of hero abilities, and yeah, I probably didn't even need these last spells that I used over here. So all in all, pretty simple attack, and we'll take that one. That's another very simple 3-star, but what makes it work is that funnel. Like notice how I keep using my queen to funnel, and it's so important. Like the warden already does a good job of funneling out very deep, but remember that your queen has good damage and a good range as well, so she can not only clear all of these outer buildings, but she can clear one layer deep over here. And look at how much is left for your bowlers to really worry about. Like there's nowhere for them to go except the core, and that is the principle of super bowlers. You just need to make sure you can funnel them well on diamond bases, and you can just easily smash through the core, no problems at all. So that's our third attack. I think we'll do one more replay for you guys, and then we'll call this video a wrap. Alright, this is the last diamond base I had for you guys today, and once again, let's just take the principles that we've learned so far. Let's just try to realize first of all whether we need to use our flame flinger behind the town hall or somewhere on the flanks of this one. And I'm sure you guys can already see the answer. We have a juicy area for our flame flinger right over here. The only thing protecting the area is that one mortar. So very simple answer. We just need to we just need to make sure that our flame flinger can target the entire area, and we can get a yeti down at the right time to make sure that this mortar is tanked. Of course, be careful, there might be Teslas in the area. This looks like it's a lot of value, and yeah, just use your barbarians and archers to go ahead and scout for Teslas if you feel there could be any in the area. So that being said, we just know that our flame flinger can actually deal very heavy damage to most of this area of the base. So what's really left for our warden and our bowlers to do? If we start a warden walk over here and we go into the eagle artillery, do you think we can reach the town hall with just our 3 wall breakers and 1 jump spell? I'm sure you can see that the answer would be no. And that's the only reason why, for a change, I have decided to use my warden to go ahead and take the eagle down. It's just too much of risk, and even if I'm not able to reach the town hall itself, there's no guarantee I can get the wall breaks into this area to ensure that I can get the jump to deal a lot of damage into this area. So I thought, you know what, why not? I might as well do a bit of a switcheroo. Like I might as well just send my warden towards this eagle artillery, and I can once again use the same queen funnel trick over here. Look, there's no damage on this flank at all. So that's just all the more reason for me to just have my king and my bowlers focus on this area. I can get a nice jump over here, and those bowlers can go ahead and bounce everywhere out from this clan castle compartment. They can go wild, they can do everything you could possibly imagine. Okay, of course, except take the town hall down. But that's more or less the plan, and that's perfectly fine, because remember, we are using our queen to funnel on the edge over here, and our bowlers in the core will be taking all of this damage onto them, so our queen will continue to remain safe, just like you can see I'm doing over here. Once again, notice my warden is still taking damage, I will be investing a free spell to make sure that the X-bow and the enemy warden stop chipping away at my own warden, and that should eventually make these healers transfer to my bowlers just like that. You already saw it happen. So if you have to stop your warden walk in the middle of him taking damage, just remember to freeze whatever defenses are targeting your warden. That will force the bowlers to start getting healed up by your healers, and sometimes that's all you need, right? My bowlers were at very low health and we managed to save all of them, so that's already very helpful for me. And yeah, the bowlers are going to gut the entire core of this base down. Like, there's literally nothing left. The Flamefinger has done a wonderful job on this top bit over here. And yeah, the queen with the frozen arrow, she is going to remain safe for a little bit. So I've just given her one freeze on the town hall just as a little bit of a precaution, just to make sure she can reach the town hall and then use her ability. And just like that, this base is crippled. Like, the royal champion has practically nothing left to do, right? You can already see. So just feel free to go ahead and pop that royal champion ability. You can see it doesn't matter too much if it's the seeking shield or the haste gem, or it doesn't really matter what she has on her, because most of the time, if you get the right approach on these diamond bases, she is going to have a free walk in the park at the end over here. So yeah, just analyze the base according to those weaknesses. And I hope I've shown multiple different ways you can tackle all sorts of different diamond bases you find out there. And yeah, that's about it. So feel free to give me feedback in the comments if you have any. But other than that, I guess I'll see you guys in the next one. Yeah. Okay. Peace.